Absolutely here. It all comes up to where this zone closes, though, and it actually pulls quite far from Tayson and Thomas, although they do have some bouncers here, so they're just looking at the rotation. Tayson comes out quickly with the bouncer rotate, notices that half and half currently is not that contested, and if they get there early enough, they might be able to build up over their opponents here and continue with that high ground, but Storm Surge taking very hard, takes out Knifer, takes out Pink. Our winners from the last match, Knifer and Griff, are not in the best situation now, seeing that Griff has to play this as a solo.
Yeah, Griff is not looking great right now. I'm going to be very surprised if he somehow finds a way to make this next rotation. You can see Tudame is right there with him, and they're looking. You can best believe that they're going to try and get tags, but Griff says, no way. I'm not going down without a fight. Picks up a few more mats and gets the knock. So if he can get that elimination and get the 50 points from the Siphon, he's going to be in a good spot, and he gets it. Takes him back up to 100 health, 44 shield. Still not looking too great for him, but he is going to refresh, pick up some minis, pick up some white kills. I mean, I said he may not make it, but he proved me wrong, and he's looking pretty good right now.
Pretty good, although I believe he just got eliminated.
No,
Love the caster's curse. Coming out strong. Right back to the lobby from the Victory Royale to the almost solo clutch, but going down. Great attempt there. However, Steelix and Snag now still alive. They used a lot of materials, though, to get to this point, so they're going to need an impact frag, one of those elim refreshes to recuperate the materials and get back into the game. However, that shouldn't be a problem. These are very confident players. Top one right now on the leaderboard coming into this second to last match, but I think Aqua and Stompy, if I saw it correctly, might be on the high ground right now.
They're still holding it. That's where these guys feel comfortable, right? Like, we've seen them compete time and time again, and almost always you see them up on high ground unless the situation warrants them to play a little bit differently. They're very hyper aware of the game, and they just have so much experience between the two of them. They're definitely veterans, so they know how to make those in-game calls and adapt their play style as they see fit. But here we see the deal also still alive. So that team looking very good as well. And here we have Slicks and Rifla just doing whatever they can. These zones have not been pleasant to try to navigate. These teams are constantly just having to make those pushes. His mats are being expended very quickly. Only has about 19 builds left to his name. Everything is diminishing so fast. These players are going to have to clutch up.
Absolutely, but we can see how good Rifla and Slick's rotates are. This is why they get so many consistent placements, but Steelix is now put into a solo situation, does not have a lot of HP to work with either, does have that gas can, but it's going to be very difficult to use in the current position he's in, but looking for a shot there with a lever shotgun, not unable to connect, doesn't have materials, goes down. Great attempt. However, we have another high ground duo now. They've taken it. They're able to maintain it here, and there's just so much action down below. I actually see Leche still alive, who is currently in top 2. If Leche can get a big game here, this could be huge. Save It also is alive. Both players in the duo. Noah playing it as a solo, though.
Yeah, they're looking really strong right now. David and Leche doing a really great job of just staying alive. That's the name of the game. You just want to keep moving and picking away just bit by bit at your opponents, whether you can, hit them for a little bit of health or shield, or ensure that they're utilizing their max more so than you are. You're going to be setting yourself up for some decent advantages in the very late game. Default and Kelpie, though, still at the very top, using those bouncers to make them rotate very quickly. They're just trying to get anything they can, but Noah comes in with a big hit, takes down a whole team, gets the Siphon, picks up Mats. Storm is ticking by 10. He's not going to make it. He falls down. So Videl and Noah are out of this match. This is shaping up to be just like last game, where so many of the big names dropped out, Tocata.
A lot dropped out, but there's still some in there. We see Refsguard, Tayson, Save It. These players are alive on the low ground right now. However, it seems that they are playing as solos. Tayson trying to get any angle he can on Refsguard, but that's not a player you want to go against. Does have 6 elimination alongside the 2 that Thomas has. This could be a double-digit game from Tayson if he manages to make the clutch up, giving that, Thomas clutch, another name right there, but opens up a wall that might not have been the best idea there, getting absolutely annihilated, whereas Kelpie and Default still have the high ground. We can see Kinsel and Wakey, though, healthy duo alive, and Save It as well on the low ground.
Yeah, and you can see, he opened up with behind door number 3, 2 tac shotguns to the face. Wasn't too pleasant, but here we have Trulex just hanging on by an absolute thread. We've got Scram and Refsguard down at the bottom. Walkie and Kinzel also down there, getting some shots out, but Kelpie holding the charged shotgun at the very top, trying to get those tags. Very risky to do that as opposed to using your AR, but whatever works at this point, I bet these guys are going to take it. Refsguard and Scram also getting into a bit of a skirmish with Walkie and Kinzel. Matzo just trying to do whatever he can. His duo has gone down, so he's just trying to stay alive. Refguard falls to Walkie and Kinzel. Scram is going to take out Matzo. This is getting absolutely wild, Tocata.
More than wild. We have to figure out here, keep an eye on Wakey and Kinsel, that it's going to be the duo who's going to have to go against the high ground team, but no, Scram gets in, taking out Kinsel now, leaving Wakey as a solo against Default, and Kelpie, will he be able to come on top? No, not Kelpie, but Default secures that victory royale, winning the game with 8. Absolutely. I mean, we can see that they did not have a lot of materials on them, so these players are not trying to risk anything, although they need refreshes. I mean, look at Savid and Leche's HP right now. They have almost no shield. I mean, Leche literally has no shield. Not too many builds. Now Savid also got cracked, but they don't want to go for a refresh here. It's too risky right now. You need that placement, or Savid hits a nasty sniper rifle headshot right now, or they find something in the late game because they don't have too many mats. They don't have too much health. This is just not going to be easy.
Yeah, and you can see right now on the left or on the right hand of the screen, they were below the damage threshold for Storm Surge. So not only do they not have any heals or any shields, they were below, and Storm Surge is going to start popping off. They just got ahead of it by only 2 damage though, so they are going to have to make up a ton of ground. That is what they get though. They've been playing so passively this whole game. I don't think any other outcome would have been possible.
Yeah, but look at this. Steelix here almost got into a rough situation there where he got dropped, but nice job making it back up. But Griff, I believe, actually might have just gotten elimination. I think I saw his siphon pop there, but there's a lot of players under Steelix right now. There's a lot of duos here. Zone has closed as well. Half and half has appeared. We can see it's at the northwest side of the minimap at the bottom right, opposite side of Steamy, and Steelix and Snagged actually have a very good rotate here. There seems to not be a lot of players. They're not getting that much, eyes on them, and they're getting a very clean rotated to the half and half zone.
Yeah, you can see Scram and Rasgard there just down at the bottom, also taking that far right side rotation. They recognized there were so many players that were in that small area in the southwest, so they opted to go and pull a northeast rotation, which was actually beautifully executed. And here we go. Steelix comes out with the snipe and takes out Mexe, and now Virox is kind of like, uh-oh, I'm on my own now? All right, I guess I'm gonna have to clutch up. Griff almost getting sniped as he uses that bouncer, and here we've got Orb at the top trying to get any kind of intel he possibly can. Jet's up there as well. They're gonna try and start getting tags, but Griff is getting just absolutely lasered as well. This is where the shots come when these people have to start rotating into the next zone, and this is where a lot of the damage is going to start being done.
Absolutely, and I feel bad for Griff here. Playing as a solo has to do that rotate, but actually, I think he just got an elimination. He used the bouncer and took out someone as he landed on the ground. Will he be able to do it as a solo? But keep an eye on high ground. Vidil and Noah are in a high ground engagement here, trying to battle it out, and that could be one of the most engagements for the whole match. If they come out on top here, I believe Vidil actually got an elim and hold high ground for the rest of the match. That could be it right there. So this is the moment, but oh no, save it, Leche. Look at their HP, Pookie. This is not looking good at all.
This is such an interesting turn of events. We've seen them all day play super strong, super confident, and they just changed their playstyle up, I think, a little bit too much. That is going to be their downfall. They played so passively. They've had to deal with Storm Surge. They've had to deal with not having enough shields. So unfortunate for them, but that just goes to show, if you skew too far, or if you swing the pendulum too far in one direction, it can be your downfall. And here we are taking a look at them right now. Leche only having a small amount of health to his name. He's holding the charge, hoping to get some kind of knock. When you do that, you open yourself up to disaster, because anybody else looking to get tags sees your head and says, free game.
Absolutely. Look at high ground though. Hen from Guild Esports and his duo Uguay seem to have the high ground currently. This could be big for them if they're able to maintain it. We know in this meta, high ground's very strong. There's no shockwave impulses. There's no rift. So if you hold high ground, it's very hard for a duo to take you out. But Leche going down, leaving Savid alone with around 20 HP to work it out as the solo. The chaos begins here. So much action in the mid and low ground. So much top teams battling it out, going down. Kinsel, Scram, Refsguard, and Uguay and Hen still on the high ground.
And you can see Savid here down in the bottom right, trying to do absolutely everything he can to regain control, but I don't think things are looking good for him, and he falls. Unfortunate. Those two guys are completely taken out, but you can see Hen and Uguay just applying all of that pressure from above, just like we've seen time and time again. Noah gets absolutely wrecked there, and he might actually go down here. Gray putting in work, getting those eliminations. Good on him. Steelix and Snag trying to navigate their way through low ground, but Steelix getting absolutely lasered there. Is going to have to regroup, gets the med kit, but is he going to have enough time to pop it off before they need to engage again? The answer is no. He is going to have to back up Snagged in this engagement, so he's trying to snake his way through these builds, give himself a little bit of breathing room so he can get this med kit off. This might be his only moment to do so right here, and there he goes.
This is absolutely insane. Steelix snagged, Hen Uguay, Noah Vidil. All these duos are in the top 5. Any of them could win this match and win the whole grand finals here of EU. Steelix looking for some angles here. Meanwhile, Refsguard is actually looking for a high ground take. Will he be able to take it from Hen and Uguay? He does. Refsguard now has the high ground. Meanwhile, Steelix is just getting into action on the low ground, trying to box up his opponent. Scram and Refsguard do have the high ground though. Hen has to play as a solo now. Nadil and Noah, or Vidil and Noah, are still alive as well. This is getting very intense. Any duo could come out on top here and take it.
Tocata, Refsguard, and Scram played that absolutely perfectly. You can see everybody just going down. These players are dropping like flies. Hen gets absolutely taken out as well. Now we only have Refsguard and Scram versus a 1v1. So they're just going to apply the pressure. Vidil is trying to get the hits on Ken. He doesn't actually make it. Ken takes him out, but it is Scram and Refsguard game to lose, but they don't do it. They take the win. They take match 8. Look at that. Arguably one of our most consistent duos taking the final game of the EU Dreamhack Finals.
What an incredible performance from Snagged and Steelix. They had it right there at the top. Vidil and Noah Riley, they're a duo we love, second place. And the gents we just got to chat to, David and Lechi, sitting in third. Hen and Uguay up in fourth place. And then Refsguard and Scram in fifth.